July 18th, 2014. You're interviewed and you make a statement saying, "I knew this would happen." You said that, right?
I did.
Now I want to talk about your knowledge and your belief about this. You're a smart person, right?
How am I supposed to answer that?
Well, let's go through your resume. You went to Brandeis University, right?
I did.
You graduated magna cum laude.
I did.
If you could explain to the jury what that means.
It means I studied a lot and got good grades.
It means, and to speak, I'm from the Northeast and my Boston accent may give it away. It means you're wicked smart, right?
I work hard.
You had a high GPA, a very high GPA.
I work hard.
You also went and you got a master's degree from the University of Cambridge.
I did.
You were a Gates Scholar.
I was.
You then went to the University of Miami School of Law, which is a top-tier law school, Tier 1, right?
Okay.
We're talking about your level of intelligence. You went to the University of Miami Law School, right?
I did, yes.
You also clerked at the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, right?
I did.
Now, to get a clerkship out of law school, it's a very difficult thing to do, right?
It's challenging.
You have to have top grades. You have to go through a rigorous selection process, right?
Yes.
You then became a professor at Florida State University College of Law, right?
Yes.
You're also a published author.
Now you're just embarrassing me.
Why? Are you embarrassed that you're a published author?
It's just that I don't like to talk about myself.
Is it because the book that you wrote discredited Tallahassee and spoke ill of it?
The book did not discredit Tallahassee. It wasn't about Tallahassee.
Let's stay on topic, and I ask a question. Again, with everything we went through, you're a smart woman, right?
I'm a smart woman.
There's information about this case everywhere. You'd agree with me on that, right?
I've been advised by my lawyer not to read it.
All right. Now, we're not talking about reading stuff. There's podcasts,
Also not to listen.
TV shows,
Also not to watch.
articles.
Don't read.
So you've made the decision. Now, you're a lawyer yourself too, right?
I am.
And you made the decision, I am not going to look at any of this stuff?
Correct.
I don't want to know what happened to the father of my 2 children?
Not I don't want to know what happened.
How can you say you love those boys if you don't care who killed the father that they loved?
Of course I care who killed the father.
Then why won't you look at the stuff?
I've been advised not to.
Are you afraid that if you look at it, you're going to realize that your brother did this?
I am not afraid of that.
Now, of course, you've and we won't get into privileged communications, but you've spoken to your lawyer about the case.
How are we not getting into privileged communications? Yes, I've spoken to my lawyer about the case.
You're very intelligent. You have one of the top defense attorneys in the country, former federal prosecutor John Lauro, right? Here in the blue suit, right?
He's my attorney.
You're telling me with all of this at your disposal, your intelligence, his experience, and all of this information, that you don't care to find out who it is that killed Professor Markel?
It's not that I don't care to find out. My job is to take care of those boys, and that is what I do. I don't see how it helps to go reading and watching and soaking up all the horrible information that's out there.
You don't realize that you could be helpful in finally untangling this, to give this jury the truth about what happened to Professor Markel?
I have been nothing but helpful since this started.
So what happened to their son? By you looking at it, You are at the center of all this, but you won't look at anything to help in the process.
I've done nothing but help in this process.
You came here and testified.
I came here and testified. I spoke to the police for 6 hours without anyone present. I signed over my cell phone, my car, my house, everything, my computer. What else do I have or know that you haven't seen?
You came here because you were subpoenaed and you had no choice.
Correct. This is not fun. I would not do this by choice.
You've been inconvenienced.
I've not been inconvenienced.
Professor Markel was shot in the head.
I'm not complaining about being here. This is my duty.
We'll get back to your about complaining about being here. Do you honestly expect this jury to believe that you haven't confronted your brother about all of this?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you did confront him?
Yes, I do expect them to believe that I did not confront my brother because I didn't.
Or maybe you don't need to because you know the truth of this case. You already know it, that he went behind your back, right?
Did not happen.
Just like he has done with past boyfriends. He's done that in the past where he's gone behind your back when you were having problems in a relationship and dealt with it himself.
No.
Miss Adelson, you understand that until you expose your brother, what he did, that everyone is going to consider you as guilty. You understand that, right?
What is the question that you're asking me?
You understand that you expose your brother and explain what he did, that he went behind everyone's back, that he hired a hitman to murder your ex-husband. You'll remain guilty in the eyes of the world.
I can't speak to the eyes of the world. I can only know that I have done nothing wrong.
Or maybe you are guilty.
I am not guilty.